Record. Let's go. Awesome, guys. Okay, so I have a couple notes that I'm gonna go back and forth to make sure I am not going on a tangent. I'm giving you guys what you need on this call. So really, guys, the main purpose of why we do these calls every single month. I know we're a little late on September with a few things on our end that we had to take care of. But we do these calls every single month, once a month. That's why they're super important, to really just bring people back on track, to bring people, re-centered around their goals, around why they're here, around their vision of where they're going, and hopefully give you guys the perspective that you're looking for to go to the next level, to have a breakthrough. And the only way that I believe you're going to get the most out of this call is if you're present, if you're open-minded, if you're ready to grow through whatever is going on in your world right now. So that's the purpose. Make sure that you're on track to hitting your goals. It's going to be an interesting call. Just trying to get my water. All right. Make sure you guys are on track to hitting your goals, making progress. And I think the biggest thing is making the most of your membership. Okay. Type a 1 in the chat if you're a part of the academy, obviously, but you are here not to just maybe stroll, but you actually want to make the most of what you're paying for, what you're investing into. Type a 1 in the chat if you can relate to that, if that's something that you want to take advantage of. Yeah. All right. I thought so. Okay. So on this call, guys, I want to be able to build your belief, give you clarity, and a sense of direction for you to really go to the next level. And I think the biggest thing is drop some perspective that I think a lot of us need. And I said this on my Instagram post the other day, but oftentimes in life, we're seeing things a certain way based on our perspective, and our perspective is built upon our belief system, and our belief system is built through really, honestly, guys, are early on in our childhood, and so everything that we do and the way that we see things is stemmed from our beliefs. Okay. And we make decisions based upon that. That's our foundation. And so a lot of times, guys, we're not moving ahead in the direction that we want or hitting the results that we want in our life because of our perspective. And so that's why I personally like to show up to calls like these. I make these a priority. I said this the other day on one of my stories about having access to specific information, to specific people or conversations or mentors. And it's very important that you recognize when you have that access. I believe that we have access to not only all those things, but a vehicle that is guiding us and allowing us and bringing us to freedom. And freedom is whatever you decide it to be. Okay. My version and my image of freedom is probably going to be different than yours, maybe relatively, similar in different ways, but you have to identify and get clear on what that looks like for you. But you have to recognize that you're in a vehicle that's bringing you to freedom. Okay. So I wanted to kick off with a couple things. Really, guys, going through this call, I have a few points that I want to hit on that I believe are really going to, if you're in the right mindset and you're ready to receive, you're going to be able to take these things in and hopefully call to action, go out and apply them. Ask you guys a few questions that I think are going to get you in the right mindset of how to perceive what's in front of you, how to treat and appreciate what's in front of you. Okay. And then we're going to close out the call with 3 amazing people that are going to speak a little bit on their experience, their struggles, their success and growth that they've had so far. And then we're going to wrap it up with 2 of the giveaways that I've been talking about. Cool. So just to kind of give you guys an outline. So I wanted to read this really quickly. I actually said this the other day to some of the leaders that we work with closely. Let me see if I can find it. Basically, the quote, I heard it from a mentor of mine. It basically said, you can write this down if you're taking notes. It said the difference between must and should, right? You must do something versus you should do something, okay? The difference between must and should is the life that you want versus the life that you have. Okay. So I want you to really let that quote sit in. I want you to let that statement settle, because I really want you to ask yourself on a day-to-day, like you have to redecide on a day-to-day basis, every single morning, honestly, every moment when life is just throwing punches at you. You're like, man, can I just get a break? Right. Stuff's hitting the fan. You don't know when life is just going to let up. And that's the thing, is like, nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's here to just give you a pat on the back. Like, you have to recognize that. And that took me a long time to like get real about, of like, Abby, nobody is literally nobody is coming to save you. Okay. Your $100,000 student loan debt that I was in 5 years ago, nobody, like, you can't even file bankruptcy to get rid of that. Nobody is coming to save you when it comes to those things. Okay. BS is going to happen all the time, but how are you responding? How are you showing up when those things happen? So I wanted to just plant that seed of that quote of the difference between must and should is the life that you want versus the life that you have. So anytime you are making a decision, I want you to think about how you're speaking to yourself, your self-talk, your narrative about you. Okay. Am I thinking, I've got to do this? Like, no doubt about it. This is a non-negotiable. This is something I must do no matter what, versus, I should do that, but it can wait for later. Or, it's kind of inconvenient right now. Or I've got this going on. I've got blah, blah, blah. How are you speaking to yourself? Because that's dictating the choices that you make, AKA the results that you have. And a lot of times it's stemming from a belief system that you aren't even aware of. It's subconscious. You're just doing it, not even thinking about it. So I like to jump on calls like these. I like to show up to events like the event in Houston. Okay. Big decisions happen in Houston or at events, company conventions. And you have the opportunity to show up and grow up. With that being said, so I wanted to start off with that. And then the other thing I wanted to share with you is I was listening to something, I couldn't finish it all the way, but I thought it was super powerful. Is you guys on this call, I've had conversation after conversation with a lot of you, if not maybe everybody. And I just want to kind of give you guys a virtual pat on the back for wherever you're at in your life right now. These last 18 plus months or so have not been easy. Life's not easy to begin with, but these last 18 months have been very testing times. And I don't know what maybe any of you guys are going through or experiencing. And I'm not discrediting any of that, because a lot of times we're going to go through things. We have to have the mindset of, I'm going to grow through this. But you may have in your life right now, you may have every reason to quit this or whatever you committed to 30 days ago, 60 days ago, 90 days ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, however long you've been a part of this. Okay. You may have right now every reason to quit. Guys, I had every reason in the book to not show up and do this call today. Like, if you knew our situation the last couple of weeks, you'd probably be like, yeah, I don't know how you're doing this. And some people may look at your life and like, I don't know how you're still standing. I don't know how you're still, persevering. And perseverance is just another word for keeping the faith. Okay. Keep the faith, whatever that means to you. But you may have every reason in your life right now to quit, to stop, to give up or whatever. Okay. And you may have had, before you got started, you may have had every reason to not even begin, to not even start, but you did. And that right there, that reason, I want to take a second. This call is going to be a little different from the last few calls that we've had where I just kind of went through similar things and talked about similar things. I'm actually going to ask you guys some questions, and it's rhetorical. You can type it in the chat if you want, but I really want you to kind of like let this marinate for yourself, okay? And then go take action on it. But I want you to go back, okay? Hopefully you have pen and paper, taking some notes, however you take notes. But I want you to really think about that reason of why you got started in the first place. For me, guys, my 5-year anniversary inside of I Am Academy is coming up. I know the date like it was yesterday. October 27th, 2016 is when I got started. And I remember when I got started, I didn't know what this was. I didn't know what it was, guys. I saw one Zoom overview and I got started literally like that night. I think the Zoom overview started at like 8 p.m. my time. And I got started at like 11 p.m. that evening, like late. Got on a 3-way call, got started. Anyways, guys, I'm giving you the visual because that's where I was in over $100,000 student loan debt, probably less than $500 in my bank account, making about $1,500, $1,300 a month selling insurance, or at least trying to, with the bachelor's degree, right, in biology. That doesn't make any sense. My life made 0 sense. But I always go back to that, like that girl, that person, almost 5 years ago, of what I was thinking, what was going on in my head. Why did I make that decision to get started? And not everybody's going to get started with no money in their bank account. Okay. Some people on this call, you're actually doing pretty well for yourself. You have decent income, whatever, but now you have that reason of why you got started. Why did you get started? Go back to that reason. Okay. For me, it was a selfish reason. I needed to make $500 extra a month. And the problem, guys, and I hope somebody is hearing me. Somebody on this call needs to hear this, okay? And maybe you've heard this before, but you just need to hear it again. Sometimes it's repetition. We're not going to get something right away. We need repetition. Kind of like going to the gym. You're not going to build your bicep. You're not going to build your quads, okay? I understand. I'm trying to build, all that good stuff. You're not going to build your muscle by doing one rep, okay? Repetition is key. And so I want you to go back to that reason, because I came in, I need to make $500 extra a month to afford my student loan payments. My student loan payments started in March of 2017. Crazy, guys. So I was like, you got 6 months, let's get it. So my personal downfall was that I had an expiration on my success. Okay. And I had unrealistic, in a way, expectations around what I was going to achieve. And if I didn't achieve those things, I was going to quit. And I've talked about this before. If you've heard me speak on this, or whoever, it's called an IQ date. And some of you guys on this call, you got started with these preconceived expectations, probably unrealistic because you've never done this before. Tell me in the chat, before I Am Academy, were you pursuing something with an educated, properly effective plan that was going to help you multiply your money? I'm probably not a thing. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Okay. And so I say that because a lot of times we set these things around like a goal. And I'm going to read this to you because I got this from John Maxwell, literally like leadership, God. Okay. He said, everything flows from who you are. And this is powerful. Everything is grounded in who you are. Okay. Most people, this is it. Most people put their desire for results before their willingness to develop themselves. Most people put their desire for results before their willingness to develop themselves. So you get started, you want to make X amount of money, you have this idea about the result that you want, and then expiration, if you don't hit it by this timeline, then you're out. That's a setup and a formula for failure, okay? You can't do that, especially in something like this. Guys, I'm going to read you something. I wasn't going to say this right away, but I'm going to read it to you because I'm in flow right now. I heard this from one of my mentors. I invested into, it's not really a course, but it's a program. It's a year-long thing, and I invested into it. And I've been listening to this on a daily basis. And one of the things that the individual said is, I really want you guys to take inventory of this. What if what you're doing right here, you have to know why you're here. What if this, whatever your idea of freedom is, okay, whatever that looks like to you, what if it took you 5 years? What if it took you 5 years? Would that be terrible? And in 5 years, let me ask you, do you have an inheritance coming to you? Are you planning to win the lottery in 5 years? Do you have a hedge fund on the way? Ready, set, go. What if it took you 10 years to become financially free? Okay. I know there's all walks of life on this call. I get it. Just go with where I'm going. Okay. This is what I'm saying is time is going to pass anyways. What have you been doing up until this point to create freedom for yourself? Have you had a plan in place that you've been acting accordingly, acting consistently on? Here's this, guys, write this down. This blew my mind when he said this. Some of y'all are going to get this and some of you guys aren't. Most people, whenever they do something, I don't care if it's, you have a plan to, you go get a gym membership, okay? Or, I mean, that's the only example I can think of right now, but you get my point, okay? Most people, when they go to do something, most people only have an exit strategy. Most people only have an exit strategy. But I want to ask you, what is your commitment strategy? Most people only have an exit strategy. When stuff hits the fan, when life's giving you blow after blow after blow, your initial sign is, where's the exit? I was telling this yesterday to some of the leaders on our call. I want you to say your name out loud, and I want you to say it next to, it makes me sick just thinking about this. Maybe not for you. I don't know. Everybody's different. But when I think about Abby Poston is a quitter, Abby Poston fading away, just hearing that makes me like, my stomach turns. It makes me sick just thinking about that. Because when life happens, because it's going to happen all the time, the first thing that we think about subconsciously is, where's my exit? Like, you can't be uncomfortable any longer. You know that that's how you grow. You know that that's how you go to the next level, that you know that that's how you get the result that you're looking for. Most people put their desire for results before their willingness to develop themselves. You know that when life is doing whatever it's doing for you, not to you, that is your opportunity to stretch and to grow. Yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable. You knew that. You knew the path wasn't going to be easy. I know I sound cliche right now, but I want you to understand that the time's going to pass anyways. What's your plan? For me, this is my plan. I've created for myself from where I was and the upbringing that I had. And I said this voice note to somebody earlier today. If you knew me outside of business, you probably wouldn't really know me, because I didn't really know myself for a long time. Like in high school and growing up, like I was a very sheltered kid, but I was very shy, very timid, very insecure about myself. And this business, this, if you will, opportunity, this vehicle, okay, exposed me. It promoted me in the best ways possible, and also in negative ways, because I had to work on myself. But you don't get to that point if you're always looking for an exit. You have to ask yourself and write down and get clear and get real. What's your commitment strategy? Everybody has an exit strategy, but what's your commitment strategy? When stuff does hit the fan, what are you going to do? How are you going to show up? What's your mindset look like? What's your response? Okay. Anyways, wanted to give that to you guys. I'm going to ask you a few questions that I think are going to be super helpful in just your journey overall. So let me come back to this. Okay. So I actually wanted to say this really quickly too. I learned this from one of my mentors, and he said, yes, go back to that reason why you got started, whatever that is, and your why is going to evolve. But I really want you to get detailed. I really want you to get clear on your vision. And this is not some cliche thing that I'm saying on this call, guys. This is real. You guys know who Andy Frisella is. I actually started to really take visualization seriously when I started to listen to him. He put together it's funny, Mark and I were talking about this a little bit ago, but he put together the 75 Hard program. And I pursued that last year, literally summertime. And that was one of the best things I've ever done. I need to get back. I need to do it again. Accountability, here we go. But he always talks about visualization. And anyways, why I'm saying this is because your why is important, but they were saying how your vision can be actually more powerful than your why. And the reason being is because your why is external. Oftentimes it's external. And your vision is internal. Okay. And you really have to pour fire on your vision. You have to get so clear with what that looks like, because your vision is going to pull you. Okay. Your vision is going to pull you when you're down and out. You can see what it looks like, where you're going. People follow people that know where they're going. Okay. So I wanted to share that with you. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. You can type it in the chat if you want, but what I recommend is get real on paper. What does that look like? What does that sound like? Okay. So question one is, well, I'll say this: you get out of this what you put into it. I think we all know that. So with that being said, I want you to ask yourself, as I stated before, why did you get started? Why did you get started with this to begin with? Go back to that reason. Okay. And within that reason, I want you to think about and visualize, where are you going? We always say when we're sharing our story, where were you? What was that decision? What was that reason that you made a decision to do something different? Okay, to get started. And where are you going? Like, most people wake up, 85% of all people wake up unhappy, unexcited, unfulfilled about what they do every single day. And they have no idea where they're going. If you ask them where they're going to be at the end of the year, they don't know. And I'll tell you right now, I know exactly where you're going to be, not only at the end of the year, but in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years. You don't even know where you're going to be. You're going to be right where you're at. Okay. So what does that look like? What does that vision look like for you? Yeah. Make it big, make it grandiose, make it, whatever you want it to be, but have it stretch you, but also be real about it as well. Like, don't say stuff. I have conversations a lot with people, but don't say things just because you think that the person you're saying it to wants to hear that, or it sounds cool to that person. If you ever share your goals with me, I really don't like, I care, obviously I care about like, that you have goals, but I don't care what they are. They're your goals. Okay. You have to be real about not only your goals, where you see yourself, what you want, why you're doing this, and you've got to back it up with your work ethic. Some people say these big grandiose goals, and then it's like, well, where's your work ethic? Okay. Where's your mindset? So get real about that. The second thing is, what are you wanting to get out of the academy? This is a big one. And I don't think this is talked about a lot, because a lot of people, the only thing that they say is very surface level. And you say, when people tell me their goals, and when people ask certain questions, I'm not trying to discourage you from saying your goals to me or speaking questions to me at all. I'm just being real, because this is how we grow. But you can tell a lot about a person based on the questions that they ask. Okay. Their level of mindset. But I want you to ask yourself, what are you wanting to get out of this academy? Most times people just say, I want to make more money. Okay. What does that look like? Are you trying to supplement your full-time income? Are you trying to make an extra $600 a month? What is that $600 extra for? Like, what are you trying to do? What are you wanting to get out of this? The way that I personally see it is, we have 5 lanes of income. We have 5 different, honestly, it's more, but we advertise it, okay, as 5 different streams of income and skill sets that we can take advantage of. Some of the top entrepreneurship, digital, recession-proof skills that you can learn from your phone, from your computer, and you can tap into. What are you wanting to get out of this? Okay. And then the last 2 questions is, what is your desire level? You can have all this written out. It can look super nice, super fancy, super amazing, but what is your actual desire level? Saying that you want something versus what you're internally like, what your internal hunger is different. Okay. A lot of times we will say that we want certain things, but your internal desire level, like your hunger to actually go out and get it, to go out and do the work, doesn't match it. And that's okay. You just have to be real about it. If your desire level is only to make an extra $500,000 a month from this platform, go be real about it, and then just go match that work ethic. Okay. If you have a desire level, actual like internal hunger, work ethic backs it, of I want to make an extra $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month. Cool. Run it up. Go run the play. But you have to get real about your desire level, and everybody's desire level is going to be different. Cool. And then the last question I wanted to ask you guys is, I should have said this in the beginning, but it doesn't matter. Do you currently have a way that's getting your money to work for you outside of this? Do you currently have a way that's getting your money to work for you? And I give that perspective because most people don't. Most people do not have a way to get their money working for them. And the sad part is, guys, is most people, it's funny, I saw this the other day. Most people are only taught, if not everybody, is only taught how to make money. We're never taught how to actually multiply it. We are literally in the Lambos of vehicles. Okay, we're in what I see it as. I'm in like the vehicle that I see that I Am Academy is. This is my private jet to freedom. Okay, versus a beat up bike taking me to where I want to go. You guys get what I'm trying to say? Whatever your vehicle looks like, okay, treat it as so. This is an exclusive, very special opportunity that we have to learn how money works, learn how to manage our money, learn where to put our money, and learn how to multiply it. Okay. What are you getting out of this? What do you want to get out of this? And are you actually taking advantage of what's in front of you? Do you appreciate what's in front of you? Because guys, what you don't appreciate will eventually fade away. You'll eventually lose that access to it. Cool. And I want to say one last thing, and I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to bring up the couple speakers that we've got on the call. I hope you guys are excited, because this is great. I'm giving you guys some perspective, but the ones that actually speak on the call, that is, I believe, the most powerful part about why we do these in the first place. Okay. But I want to share this, and this is not to scare anybody. This is not to instill fear. That's the last thing that I want to do, but it's actually to bring perspective. It's to bring awareness. And some of you guys have maybe already heard this. But I believe that life is all about breaking new levels of awareness. And that's why I love doing these calls. And I love being able to tap into different people that have new perspective, different levels of awareness, because then I can shift my perspective. Then I can shake up my belief system. That's how we make our decisions, because it's all full circle. So some of you guys have heard this, and I'm saying this because like the reality of this is here. Some of us have maybe been in la la land. Hopefully not. Hopefully everybody on this call is kind of awake to the craziness that's going on in the world. Hopefully you haven't been under a rock. But my aunt is in town, and I was speaking with her the other day when we were at dinner, and she was saying how they had something on September 30th where with the federal government, she works for the government, on how, I don't know all the details. I just know like they had this thing and blah, blah, blah. They actually started to let go a lot of people around whatever they were doing. Okay. I don't know the details. I just know like this is like what's happening. And she said that on October 20th, and by the way, guys, Cobain actually talks a lot about this on his sessions. If you haven't been tuning into him, you want to know what's going on in the world and how it's affecting what we do here and how you can prepare yourself, tune in. It's right here. Okay. He's literally giving you his 16-hour-a-day research in a condensed hour period of time. Anyway, she's saying on the 20th of October, I believe, the government could get shut down. Now, I don't know how drastic that is. I don't know, like, all the details. And again, I'm not trying to instill fear. I'm actually trying to instill a sense of appreciation and awareness and perspective for what we have in front of us. Okay. We are in a world right now that's really weird, that's really interesting. And people, I think, are starting to like become aware of where we're at and what people do and do not want to do, or XYZ. And with that being said, people with this whole thing, obviously it's not just the government, it's a lot of different things. And this isn't to be political. It just is what it is. People potentially not getting paid. And you have to ask yourself, no matter maybe what job you have or what business you run or what you do for income, you have to ask yourself, where am I at on the spectrum? I know for me, Abby, like I've been building myself, not even financially, not even on a skills level. I've been building this over the last more than 5 years since I've been a part of the platform, because I started really personally developing myself in college. But like I started to develop this, okay? And you have to write this down. You have to know this. Your income will never surpass your mindset. So going back to that quote that John Maxwell said, most people put their desire for results before their willingness to develop themselves. It's backwards, okay? You can't do that. You will not get the results that you want if you're always focused on, I'm not getting the results that I wanted. I just want to make money. I just want to, like, you can't do that. I want to ask you, when was the last time that you personally developed yourself? When was the last time that you tuned into a go live and then you applied what you learned, okay? And practiced. So my only focus with all the craziness going on in the world right now is my only focus for me personally. You can do what you want. I'm just giving y'all perspective. My only focus right now is building my skill set, around digital. That's where the world's going. Digital, it's already here. Okay. Recession-proof skills that nobody can take away from me, that I can create cash flow, multiple streams of income, multiply my money, and move it into other assets that can multiply my money. Okay. And I think the biggest thing, guys, is just getting educated. I want to stay so like ahead of the curve. I want to stay at the forefront. I want to constantly be sharpening my axe in every area, not just here. I invest into IM Academy because it's a shortcut to creating not just freedom for myself, but also getting the right information. Somebody told me the other day, yeah, I can just go to YouTube. Good luck. We will talk in 6 months. And I promise you, you'll probably be, I didn't say this to him, but you'll probably be in the same spot that you're in right now. Okay. And it's not just because of the information on YouTube, it's what you do with the information. Here, this is specialized knowledge. They're literally giving me the information and the tools. You just got to go and apply it. Okay. The last thing that I'm going to share with you guys, let me get out of here. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to bring up these speakers so I can just share with you guys. Hopefully all this looks super familiar. Also, guys, type in the chat 222 if you guys are getting value, if you're following along, if hopefully you're getting something from this, some perspective. I appreciate you guys. All right, let's get it. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen with you. Hopefully this page looks familiar. It's called Go Live. Hopefully you guys are tuning into this. But this is where you guys go. For anybody that doesn't know, hopefully everybody does. Maybe this is just a reminder. This is where you're going to go to watch the live sessions, okay? For Forex, HFX, cryptocurrency, and ecom, okay? And any of the strategies that you're learning, they're all down here. Harmonic scanner, swipe coin, bounce back, colors, DeLorean, so on and so forth. Cool. So I wanted to show you that. This is the IM Center. This is where you access the actual Academy videos. This is all documented. That's why I'm doing this really quick. Anybody that doesn't know, you're just going to come here. Oh, I think I need to sign it again. You're just going to come here and click on Academies. Okay. You're just going to come here and click on Academies. Okay. And then lastly, that I'm going to show you is the Scalper. I'm not going to go into detail with this, guys. I'm just going to show you. I had somebody on the team the other day text me, hey, Abby, I'm finally ready to start learning about the Scalper. Where do I go to learn it? And I was like, perfect. All you're going to do is open up the Scalper, show them where to go. You guys are literally, I don't know why this isn't opening, but all you're going to do is just click on IM Center. And you're going to go to strategies and you're going to be able to click on DCX, swipe point Scalper. It's going to open it up right here. Okay. And when you open this, it's actually going to give you this pop-up tab right here. Watch this 17-minute video to get a step-by-step tutorial of how to use the Scalper. Guys, the Scalper is probably one of the most simplest tools you can use. Like seriously. I mean, the Academy sets it up so it's very simple for obviously any tool. You just have to practice it. This is very simple. It's literally like a two-step thing. You wait for it to say buy or sell, and you wait for this to confirm the instructions. Okay, that's it. So she texted me. I won't give names. I know she's very quiet about her success and her experience. She's actually not on this call right now. She had to work today. But she texted me. Literally, I told her to watch the video. That afternoon, what did she go and do? She went and applied the information. I'm not going to share income claims or anything like that, but I will tell you that she caught 1,790 pips from the Scalper. And she did the 3-entry rule. You guys will see that on the video. So if it's not working for you, maybe go back and watch it again. Maybe go back and practice. I mean, she said, finally, some Scalper success. I'm so excited. Like, I know you guys can't see this. I don't want to show you because there's numbers on here. But like, I'm just telling y'all, it's right here. All you got to do is plug in, take advantage of what's in front of you. And then the last thing that I was going to show you is, and this is a tool that you guys can use to leverage with yourself, with your newest person, or with anybody that you're speaking to, okay? As far as like friends or whoever wants more information. So the launchim.com site, hopefully you guys have seen this before. Hopefully you're using this. Anytime somebody asks me, hey, you have more information about what you do. For those of you that don't know, on this call, you have the opportunity to share this platform and get paid. And we're going to touch on that in a little bit. But if you choose to, you have the opportunity to, okay? And if you're doing FRX, HFX, DCX, and ECX tab is coming very soon. And then IBO, it's all right here. You're literally going to go through those steps and get the information you need to move on to the next step. So guys, I'm going to get out of the way for a little bit. I'm going to bring up our first speaker. Make sure you guys stay on the call because we're going to do 2 giveaways at the end that I'm pretty excited about. Okay. But the first speaker I'm going to bring up is an individual that's been with us for, I think, 2.5, 3 years. He's been in the game for a minute now. You guys all know him. He's very active in the chats. He's very active in the platform, in the Academy, somebody that just has such a big heart for people and community and to grow. And so just work hard with himself, and just an example for so many other people. But I want to give up the floor for Mr. Eric Douglas out of Arkansas. Brother, did you make it to the call? Go ahead and share a little bit about what we talked about earlier, a little bit about, where you were before the Academy, what made you make that decision to get started in the first place, and what are you excited about? What are you using inside of the platform that you can help and share with everybody else?
Hey, can everybody hear me?
Good to go.
Yeah. I'm gonna make this a little bit short. Yeah, before I got into the Academy, a few years before I got into the Academy, I was actually homeless. I was homeless. I was living in my car. Even though I had a job, I was still homeless. I was living in my car, and I did that for a few months, and then I got to the point where I was kind of tired of being homeless, so I saved up a little bit of money for a few months and got me a place. Uh, while I was homeless, I had a laptop too, so I was going to like places like McDonald's and Burger King and using Wi-Fi and just staying connected on social media and stuff. And that's at about that time. That's when I learned about trading. I was seeing Facebook friends on there were like posting about their trading and their results and making all this money and all this stuff. So that's when I thought, hey, that's what I want to do, because I always thought like my whole entire life that I wanted to be rich or wealthy, or I just didn't know how, didn't have a way or anything like that. So as soon as I seen that about them talking about trading and all that stuff, I was like, yeah, that's what I think I want to do. So I went ahead and I got a place, and I think about a couple of years down the line, I started a, s- a person search on Facebook. I was wanting to find people who were actually already trading themselves and all this and that. So, but anyway, I think like the first like 5 or 10 people I came across through one profile, and that was Alexandra's profile. So I was like, well, it looks to me like she trades. So, anyways, I connected with her. I added her on Facebook. I connected with her, and she responded like right away. But anyway, shortly after that, after talking to her for a little bit, just kind of like developed that vibe and stuff. So I started asking her about trading, and she was telling me that yeah, she trades, and I was like, well, I want to learn how to trade. So I asked her, how do I get started? I told her I wanted to do it, and that's when she told me. That's when she introduced me to IM Academy, which was IML at the time. So then a little bit, maybe like a day or two after that, that's when I met Abby. So after after meeting up with those two and talking to them for a little bit, I was 100% convinced that that's what I wanted to do. So they helped me get started, and I didn't. There was no doubt in my mind that's what I wanted to do. So I went ahead and I got started. But I also remember like right when I was first trying to get started, my my bank declined my debit card. So after that happened, that was kind of a little bit of doubt started kicking in. So I went back and I talked to Alexandra and Abby, and I told them my situation, and they told me what to do. They just told me to call my bank and tell them to push it through. So that's what I did, and after I did that, I was officially in IML, which was IML at the time, and that's when I started my trading journey. Um, anyway, yeah, that's how I got started. Yeah, I had been in there for about 2.5 years, like Abby was saying, but and a couple, two of the reasons for for starting was I wanted it was about money to me, because I had just gotten through being homeless for several months until I got settled in, and I've always been one of those people pretty much all my life that's never really had a whole lot of money like whatsoever. So that was actually my number one reason. And my second reason was being involved in a community of like other traders, people with the same mindset and all that. So yeah, number one was money, and number two was community. I wanted to build relationships, friendships with people with the same mindsets, and you know, I thought that would be like really good for me, and I've been in it ever since. But when I got into the academy, I learned a lot of stuff. Like a lot of it was like the mindset and mentorship calls and all that. That's really helped me out the last couple of years. Um, yeah. So, and I cut like one of um one of my struggles like over the last couple of years was I'm really trying to like work on my being more consistent in what I'm doing from day to day. I'm still working on that. It's been a couple of years of uh being like inconsistent, like consistent 100% of the time. So yeah, I'm really working on that and trying to get better at that each and every day. And get a little bit, but
You're good,
anyway,
bro. You're good.
a little nervous here. Yeah, but also there's like one more reason. My biggest reason though was my son, because at the time I started this, he was like 9 years old, I believe. So I just he's my number one reason why, you know, for the reasons why I want to build generational wealth. I want to be, you know, rich and all that, so I can actually, I want to be that bridge to the gap where I can help set him up for his life. When he gets a little bit older and he understands it more and all that. I talk to him about it all the time, but yeah, that's my main why. Um, but yeah, the tools I've been leveraging in IM is VCX and Gold Cup. My favorite educators is Cobain, Mike Sotero, and Nick Gomez for DCX, and for FRX it's Luke Longmire. So yeah, those are the four I pay attention to the most. Those I like the most. I'm most comfortable with, and some of my like long-term goals, my vision. I want to make a full-time income out of this. That's what I want to do. I also want to help other people. You know, help them get involved in this academy. Show them what it's about, and see them succeed. So yeah, those are actually like just two of my many goals. The reasons I'm in Miami Academy in the first place. So yeah, that's pretty much it, really. You know, um,
Let's
yeah,
go.
that's what.
Let's go. Let's go, Eric. I appreciate you. Guys, drop some ones in the chat for Eric, sharing his story, stepping up. I know what it feels like to be nervous. I know what it feels like to, not feel sure if I can come up here and speak. But it takes a lot, bro. I appreciate you. I think this is Eric's first time really speaking on a call like this. So show him some love in the chat box. Seriously, Eric, we appreciate you. You've been so consistent. I know you said consistency is something you're working on, but you've been one of the most consistent people showing up inside of our group, inside of our community, as a leader, as an example of somebody that truly cares, not just about themselves, but other people and their success. So, bro, we appreciate you. I can't wait to see you in Houston. By the way, Eric got his Houston ticket, literally one of the first ones to get it. And didn't you get are you driving down or are you flying?
What's up?
Are you driving or are you flying?
I'm flying.
You're flying, and he's flying.
Fly.
Let's go. Let's go. Alrighty, guys.
Yeah, I'll be getting my plane ticket here shortly.
There you go. Let's get it. Let's get it. So Eric is heading to Houston. Success leaves clues. Get your tickets. Alrighty, guys. I don't want to take too much of your time, so we're gonna kind of run through this. I'm gonna bring up the next individual, somebody that I've been working with pretty closely over the last almost 6 months now. Somebody that came in. I'm gonna just tell it like it is, bro, and you can let them know where you're at right now. But I remember when Sammy got started, he was like, yeah, I'm going to give this a few months and we'll see where it's at, where it goes. And a few months have definitely passed. And he's been somebody that came in here, developed the right mindset of what this really is, and really started to see the vision of who he can become in the process. Somebody that is also going to Houston, got his ticket and got his flight. I think it was yesterday, the day before. But I want him to come up and kind of just share a couple minutes, share a little bit about you, bro, what you've been tapping into, why you're so excited. And let's get it.
Hey, hello everyone. Thank you for, being here today and just giving me some time. Eric, that was truly a great story, man. It was really inspiring. Just awesome. My name's Sam. I'm from Maryland and I've worked full time in the sales industry. I sell security systems. I started off in the digital finance world, just kind of building stock portfolios is what I got into really, and eventually turned my attention to crypto. After some time, I got introduced to Abby through a couple mutual friends, a couple people I've known for a long time, and she had been talking back and forth with me about a while, just about the academy, all the benefits of it, and I finally decided to join just because I wanted to better myself. By both financially and mentally, kind of get around a community of people with a lot of like-minded goals. That was real important to me. I saw the potential in what I could do as a part of this academy and this team. And ever since day one, being a part of this team has been great. And just tapping in, even though I don't reply as much as everybody else, but I'm always looking and just getting the most out of it. But I thought this was exactly what I needed after seeing it close up. What I like most about this is the just all the content that's available, the ability to plug in on your schedule, and just the scalability to grow as much as you want to in this company. You start off just kind of to yourself, but it gives you the ability to grow as you go. And I really enjoy just having access to this entire team. Like I said, our community. It makes me and keeps me inspired every day just to see like the hard work that everybody does and the progress everybody has here. Um, I started off, like I said, with the DCX package, and I've been tuning into, Picasso, Cobain, that's probably my favorite, Nick Gomez, Mike Sotero since day one. But I've since upgraded to the Elite package, where I focus some on the HFX and been trying to get more and more into that and getting more confident with that as we go along. But, really starting to dive into everything I can get from it. I'm excited to keep diving in and just both into the crypto and the Forex markets, achieving new ways to create multiple streams of income. Like I've really learned so many different things I can do to benefit myself through this academy that I had no idea were possible before. Just moving towards financial freedom and the ability to not have to work for somebody else my entire life, be able to do more things that I want and using the tools the academy gives you to do that, learning how to implement them yourself from the educators, using the strategies. I personally love the swipe coin strategy. It really, once you really get into it, it really is great. And I've been learning a lot about the hourglass strategy myself too, and cash trap and things such as that. But my goal is to keep plugging into these and stay patient, just keep staying disciplined and using this, what I've been told, keep plugging in and just realizing every day that there's more ways to improve. I've truly been blessed to be a part of this group and find this group. And like Abby said, I am going to Houston. I'm really excited to go there just to kind of really get a feel for everything up close. I'm so excited for that. And I really would just love to see everybody there. I hope, everybody on this call is there and we get just the entire team there, because I really want to meet everybody and just, see what really works for everybody else and how I can help to implement that into what I want to do. Yeah, just thank you all so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. And thanks for listening to me.
Let's go. Let's go. I appreciate you, brother. Guys, drop some sevens in the chat for Sammy, sharing his story. Bro, your energy is powerful, and where you came from, where you're at now. We're super excited to see where you're going to continue to go and grow as a person. And I'm excited to finally meet you in Houston. It's going to be a good time. So hell yeah. All right, guys. Last speaker, let's give it up. You guys all know her. One of my favorite people, but she is somebody that has been super, super consistent, super coachable, very, very impactful in her growth over the last 4+ years. Got started a little after me, saw me on the sidelines, doing my thing, getting on calls. Finally was like, what the heck is it that you keep doing from your phone? And got involved. And I think she picked this up a lot faster than I did. And she's literally killing the game in the crypto space. And so I really wanted to give her the opportunity to just share a little bit about like where she's coming from. She's got something really special for those that stick on the line a little bit longer. I promise you it's going to be good what she's going to share, and point you guys back in the right direction of where you can go ahead and get the same access and create your own results. So Alex, go ahead, take the floor is yours.
What's up, guys? Thank you so much for having me here. Eric, Sammy, appreciate you guys sharing. You guys did awesome. Definitely took some things down and, learned a lot about you guys. So appreciate you guys. And Abby, thank you for having us all on this call. But yeah, what's up, guys? My name's Alex for those that don't know me. Alex Mayorga out here in Arizona. And originally, I actually got started because I saw Abby making money on her phone. That was literally the reason I jumped in right away. Because prior to that, we were looking for something to do online, business. We just didn't know what it was. We just knew we wanted to do something in that because we actually went to a few entrepreneurship conferences and we were like, okay, that is the wave. That's what people are doing, whether they have a degree or not. Like it's happening. So that's just what we knew we wanted to do. So we saw this. It made complete sense to me. I was like, okay, making money on our phone, that's good enough for me. They have a business side of it. I don't even have to create a system for it. It's already created for you. Like the guy said, or that guy in those meme videos, he goes like, it's here. Not to be like silly about it, but it's really that simple because has the education, all right, checked off. They have the system in place for you if you decide to build this, or even if you do your 2 and free. The system is there. You're not starting from scratch with your brand new business, which I was trying to do. Trust me, guys, it is stressful. It is expensive to do your own business. If you're up for it, obviously do it. But at that time, funds were very, very tight. So I knew this was like a much better route at that time because of my situation, getting out of college right away and then having to pay back those student loan debts, it's a lot. And it could be a lot for a 22-year-old that just graduated thinking, they have their whole life ahead. But anyway, that was the reason why I got started because it made sense in a lot of areas. So now it has obviously evolved as far as the reason why we're doing this. One is to stay ahead, and then 2, to show this to other people because it has not only made a change in my life financially, but mentally too. I don't know if you guys have had this realization where you finally realize, like, if you follow the money, you'll see where the answers are. You'll see the trace. You'll see, like, you'll pretty much have an eye opener, like a aha moment. So that's basically why I continue my subscription, continue to learn, continue to plug in with, I like to watch Cobain. I did watch Nick Gomez, but I haven't been trading as much just because I'm super excited with whole crypto NFT side of things. But I've been heavily watching Mike Navarrete, Zach and Jordan. Those guys are low key underrated and their IQ score is probably like off the charts. I'm just saying they're really, really smart. And I like to listen to people that are really, really smart and know where they're going and have done the research already. These guys are pretty much setting us up for the future. And I've said this before, but there's going to be millionaires made off of just those 2, Cobain and the 3 guys, those 2 channels, just because what they're doing is showing us things that are disrupting industries right now that are going to become normal later down the road. And I hope you guys are tuning in because they're setting us up, like literally setting us up for success, not just for you, but your family, people you want to share this with. So I really, really hope that you guys are taking advantage of that. And I don't know if you guys have noticed also, the 3 people that have spoke got their Houston ticket and their flight already. And the people that have spoke are excited and plugging in. And I just hope that you guys are also excited, because if you do plug in, you'll notice that there's so many opportunities to make money. Now, the key thing is, do you have the disposable money to put down? And I think that's where also building comes in hand. If it wasn't for building, I don't know if I would have as many NFTs, as much in my crypto portfolio, as much in other projects that I'm in. I don't think it would happen, because like I said, I was straight out of college. I was literally on a tightrope with my finances. So with the whole building side, it has helped me fund NFT projects that I like, help me, get my portfolio up and, try to get those 5 ETH, so I'm telling you guys, if you do not have, because trust me, right off the bat, I could tell you 5 different ways in the crypto space to make money, but do you have the money to put down? To make money, you got to have money, unfortunately. But here's the thing, if you do not, even doing your 2 and free, I'm not trying to push it on anyone, but just doing the 2 and free, it makes sense, because then you could put your subscription money that you would have put down anyway into investments. So just trying to emphasize that, because that's what's helped me and be able to grow multiple portfolios. And we're just getting started. I'm like really pumped, because I literally feel like I have gold in my hand and I just want to share it with people. So guys, I did want to share, because Abby was like, I'm gonna do a giveaway. And I was like, I want to do a giveaway. So I want to go ahead and actually share that with you guys before I hand it off back to her, because just like I said, I'm super excited. And if I could help someone, and if I could help someone start their NFT projects, NFT portfolio, then I want to be that person. All right. So please, just to get some excitement going, drop your favorite emoji in the chat, and we're going to cue this up. But yeah, guys, it's going to be an NFT giveaway that I'm going to do right now. Hopefully Abby has been taking everyone's name down on the spin wheel, but let's see. All right. I don't think you guys are ready. I don't know.
Guys, y'all do not want to miss this. All right, she just sent me the NFT. I'm about to share my screen and show y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all really quick, and then we're gonna give it back to Alex, because I was not into NFTs at all. I was leverage trading. I was like, nah, I found my groove. I'm doing my thing. We bought our first NFT together the other, I think it was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Guys, like this, you didn't even tell them. Tell them. I know she's gonna just give you the ROI. Type it in the chat. Type it in the chat what happened with your NFT, because she can't technically say it on the call, but just type in the chat what you did.
All right, give me 1 second.
I'll just tell you guys, I missed this because I was on a call. Pros and cons, none of your business. I was on a call, and she's like reminding me, hey, there's an NFT drop at 8 a.m. I missed it. She gets on. She invests that amount in the chat box. Everybody see? And this is her return on investment. This is what she got back literally within, I don't know, maybe an hour or less. Y'all see that? Pay attention. Pay attention. There is not just money to be made, but there's so many ways that you can tap into things. And I don't want you to start getting shiny object syndrome or anything like that. You need to stay focused where you're at, because there's multiple opportunities. Alex, from all the NFTs that she's ever bought, almost closing in on 100. Bought and sold, closing in on 100. She's been doing this for what? Literally almost this entire year, staying consistent with this one space. How about you stay consistent with one thing, whatever you're doing? Like, actually, don't just say, hey, I've been consistent. Stay consistent with whatever you're doing. I've been consistent with the swipe coin scalper for almost a year, since November of 2020. Trust me, guys, like results are nice. I want that for you. It's nice that I'm making my own money. Alex is making her own money, but like, it's a whole different story when you can help other people do it, but it starts with you. How consistent, honestly, have you been with whatever you've been tuning into? Okay. All right. That was pretty dope. I appreciate you for sharing that. So I'm going to show you guys, we're going to do the last couple of things. Appreciate you guys for being on. Hopefully you're getting value. We do this call once a month. But I'm going to share my screen and show you guys the NFT. We're going to spin the wheel and do the giveaways. Okay. So we're going to give this away. I know it may not mean like a lot to you, but trust me, in the NFT world, this is a big deal. This is a big deal. Okay. So this is what we're going to give away. And trust me, Alex had to put some money down for that. And then what is it up right now? You told me you don't have to say the amount, but the ROI is up right now.
Yes, it is up. And keep in mind, the Spider-Man movie is coming out. So yeah, keep that in mind.
Yeah. All right. Let me, so I have everybody's name on here. I'm going to spin the wheel and then we're going to do one more giveaway. And then we'll wrap up the call. All right, guys. I just randomly put these in. There's no specific order. Randomly put it in. I should probably, okay, I want to make sure your name's not on here. All right, whoever wins this, I'm going to take your name off because we want to give everybody an opportunity to win, one and the other, all that good stuff, okay? All right, so I'm going to spin this, drop some sevens, drop some fire emojis in the chat. Ready, set, go. Oh! Paul won the NFT. Let's go.
Let's go, Paul. Woo!
I can't tell if you're frozen. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, Paul. Alex is going to send you over your NFT. Let's go. All right. I'm going to remove Paul from the list. Got your NFT. Let's go. All right. That's awesome. All right, guys. So Paul won the NFT. That was pretty cool. And so Alex is going to send that over to you, however you guys do that. All right. And then the last thing, guys, is I'm actually going to be giving away, the last thing I'm going to give away on the call is a Houston ticket. So if you already have your Houston ticket, you can give it to somebody else who you believe needs to go. Okay. Or you can sell. I don't care, whatever you do. But I would give it away. Somebody, that needs to go. Okay. Cool. So you guys ready? Somebody on this call is about to get a free Houston ticket. And I feel bad for everybody that could be here, but they're choosing not to. Remember that quote that I said in the beginning? The life that you have versus the life that you want, there's a difference between the two versus must and should. Some people said, I've got to be on this call today. And some people said, I should be on this call, but I'm not. Life is about choices. Alrighty, guys. Let's get it. Ready? 1, 2. Oh, wait. Alex, you want me to put your name on here? Let's see. I'll put it.
If you want. No, it's okay.
I'll put your name on and we'll see what happens if it gets you on. All right, guys. Everyone's like, that's not fair. All right, let's do it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Drum roll. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Let's go. So close, Caitlin. But Julia, let's go. Julia, are you on here? Are you excited? I know you're excited. All right. You gotta go. You gotta go to Houston. It was meant to be. All right, cool, Julia. I'm gonna get your ticket. I'm gonna send it to you. I just need you to send me, I believe, your email. So that way I can get it emailed to you so it's not emailed to me. But yeah, guys, Julia won the ticket. Paul won the NFT. How many of you guys like doing this? I personally like to do giveaways. I think it's cool. I think it kind of builds a little bit of culture, all that good stuff. But the cool part is there's only 14 people on this call, and you don't even get to count me. So there's 13. You guys had a 1 in a 13 shot to win. Okay. So hopefully the next call we can do some dope stuff. Maybe we'll give another NFT away on the next call. Another something on the next call. Actually, because this call is the last thing I'm going to say, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Because this call was supposed to be in September, we're going to do another one at the end of the month in October, and it's right before Houston. So don't wait till the last minute, but I'm just saying we might give another Houston ticket away. So let everybody know that they should be on this call. But I appreciate you guys. Last thing I'm going to just say is Sunday night team call. We're about to post a flyer. It's going to be with Chairman 750 Matt Rosa and Chairman 50 Cash Cartier. They're going to be throwing down the Sunday night team call at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Anybody that was supposed to be on this call but couldn't make it for whatever reason, we're going to get the recording out so they can go over all the powerful stuff that we talked about. But the next call, get ready. We're going to post it in the chat for this month. But I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Thank you guys for the speakers, Eric, Sam, and Alex for stepping up and being on here. And you guys for taking time out of your Sunday to step up and grow up. I appreciate y'all. Love you guys. Have a great rest of your week. Talk to you soon.